Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. I wish I could sing like what's my man with the one eye? Fetty Wap. Yeah, baby. Fabian perspective expected, so accepted. You know when you jump in with the cafe at 6:30 in the afternoon or the evening on a Saturday. Come on, baby. Fabian perspective expected, so accepted. Knicks rehab. You know we're coming at ya. Deja un like, comentario y subscribe. Dame dato. Curse me out. You guys been going crazy in the comments talking about defending Candace Parker. Who cares about her? Who cares about? Do you see the thumbnail? A-Rod looks nuts out here. Come on, man. He's on his. That's Trump A-Rod. Trump A-Rod is going for it. Knicks rehab, man. We're coming off that victory, baby. Let's get to the details. We need our own music out here, man. I'm sorry, I'm pulling up this my thing with the Knicks. I had it before. Come on. Thursday night. I'm going to NBA.com. Slow mobile. You know what I don't like from StreamYard? I can't tell if you can hear me or not. That's what I don't like about StreamYard. So I could be going off for 30 minutes. You can't hear me. We here. That must be Stephen Campbell. Uptown Campbell things. Toast to him. Coffee 6:30 in the evening. We here for the Celtics. Hold on, I got my. Come on, man. We got to put the light on me. We're here for the Celtics. Knicks preview, of course. Update on the injuries. Well, let me go for the Knicks lineup. Is that available yet? The Knicks lineup? The latest. I don't see one, and they should have one. Knicks lineup. Yeah, I don't see one. Knicks starting five. Where you at? Knicks starting five. Knicks Twitter is trending apparently. Yeah, I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. Off the glass. Don't take this A whooping tonight. Oh, dear Lord. Look who it is. Look who decided to show their face. You know what? We're gonna go so crazy. We're gonna start it from the rip. Anybody who wants to talk their mess and the great, you better control your mic. The link is in the chat. Anybody who can't control their mic, I will shut your mic off. Star and Buck Wild style. You can't control yourself. Easy to get you up out of here. Mr. Cool Breezy over here. Ben, listen, hold on. When did that stop? It started and never stopped. You kidding me? Out the womb to the tomb. I can't even put that word up there. The great. I was looking for the starting five lineup. Can't see it for today. In the meantime, in between time, let's show you the highlights from the 76ers in the background because we're that cool. And I just don't turn on the sound. See if they won't kick us off the live. I dare you, YouTube. Great game against the Sixers, though. I have the stats right here. 18 points for Josh Hart, 18 for Precious. 16 for Dante DiVincenzo, 21 for Jalen Brunson. He had 12 assists. That's what really stood out to me. Well, that stood out along with, come on, man, pressures are going big time out there. Who just jumped in here? Oh, guess who it is? Guess who it is? Guess who decided to show up? You're going to control your microphone very, very well, older. All that coughing is not going to happen today. How you feeling, man? Turn the camera sideways.
All that coughing. How are you, sir? How you living, brother?
Oh, hold on. You guys had to sneak
Hear me?
in. We can hear you perfectly fine. Hold on. Let me get you in the mix because they try to sneak in a commercial on me, older Blake. Not happening on YouTube. How dare you? Go ahead, O. What do you
What
feel
up, famo? I'm at work,
about the Knicks?
so it might be a little loud and shit. I apologize if it gets too loud. Just let me know.
Well, we expect it to be loud. You're in the building. What else? What else would be new? That's on brand for older great. Is that a
You
Hulkamania
are
T-shirt?
no. Say words, man. Nah, you got some Hulkamania vibes though.
Oh, I
That's
couldn't.
a good one.
I'm already in the mix. What are you feeling today with against the Celtics? I mean, granted, you see the background. We were going crazy on the 76ers. What is your feeling on with the Knicks jumping in here versus Celtics so far? What do you think?
I think this is going to be a great litmus test game for both teams. Shit, you should have hollered at me. I'm mad you ain't send a text to me or a tweet because I would have been jumped on with you, fam. But this is a big time game for both teams. My teams need to really, they either need to be dominant or just do not get destroyed by y'all. What's the health though coming into the game for the Knicks? Like, how is JB okay? Like, is everybody is Randall back yet? What's the deal with y'all?
No. Randall's not coming back for another couple weeks. Thanks for reminding me.
Wow, not for a
He's
couple weeks. Wow,
they're not even going to reevaluate him for another couple weeks.
for real?
Yeah,
Damn, that
because
blows.
yeah, I mean he separated his shoulder, but um the crazy
Oh,
part
wow.
is that yeah. The crazy part is how come we can't get hold on. I want to know why we can't get him in the mix. Also, I guess we can't have three people on here with that thing up there.
Rocket.
Flea. Oh, we live. Hold
What
on.
up, Blake?
Oh, what up,
What
big
up,
dog?
Blake? What up, famo? How you living? Can I change my background? Can I like make my background like nothing or whatever? Can I change that?
On StreamYard, you can do that. You could do it.
Can
You just
I'm gonna
gotta go
try
to
to
the
do it.
settings.
I'll be honest with you, with y'all being kind of injured, and great acquisition of getting OG Anobi because OG is really his first game has come through for y'all. But without Randall and without y'all 100%, y'all not gonna be able to see Boston. You know what I'm saying? And you damn sure ain't coming out no East. You know, y'all gotta be 1,000% healthy to deal with us, and we gotta be healthy too. We gotta be healthy to win this chip like we trying to do. But we can lose KP and get out the East. KP gonna be in and out the damn playoffs all playoffs. But that dude is consistently he stay hurt. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think about that, Flea? We have to be 100% healthy.
Um, I think I've been pretty consistent with that all season. That when we're healthy and hitting on all cylinders, we play the hardest. I think out of any team in the NBA. When we're together, the reason why we've been so successful is that we play hard every night. And with the collection of guys that we have, it's just it's like the perfect storm. But when we missing one piece, like we're not a good enough team to just miss one piece and keep this thing rolling at the level that we are when we're whole. So to a certain degree, I do agree with O that it's going to be a tough matchup once playoff time comes, and if we're not healthy, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for us. But fully healthy, I've always said, and I think me and you talk about this offline all the time. We match up well with Boston. Like I'll
Y'all
take my
do though.
chances
Y'all do.
fully healthy. I'll take my
Yeah.
chances if we roll. You feel me? Oh, if we roll the ball
Yes,
out there
sir.
and
Yes, sir.
both teams are fully healthy,
Yeah.
Boston has the better team, yes. But I
Yeah.
think we match up well, and I'll take my chances with in a 7-game series.
1,000%. Like here's the thing: the NBA is better. The NBA is better when the Knicks are dope. When the Knicks
We lost them.
Yeah, we lost you. Oh,
Oh, you might be getting a
When
phone
those
call.
four franchises.
Oh,
Oh, my bad.
no, I thought you were
I
getting a
did. I
phone
did.
call. We lost your.
I
Okay,
declined it.
you're good now. We can hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got
Okay,
you
Yeah, we
good.
can hear
now.
you.
When those three franchises are dope, the Knicks, C's, and the Fakers. The NBA is the shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I love it that y'all are actually having resurgence. I've been down with y'all since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Even though, I'm C's first, of course, but I always been down with the Knicks. Like, especially that 90s team y'all had. I loved y'all. You know what I'm saying? I done talked to all, Fab about Bernard King and all that. I'm still surprised how that never worked out back in the day, but we get that. But
Listen.
straight
Oh,
up,
listen. Listen. We don't
yes,
need
sir.
no bandwagon guys. The bandwagon
They don't
ticket is quite expensive.
wait.
I don't want to hear about 1994, 1984,
Yeah,
none of that. None of it.
I feel you.
Back
I
in
feel
the
that.
day, I was a fan. Yeah, exactly. Back in the day, all of a sudden you jumped off ship. You didn't go through what we went through the last 20 years. The last 20 years have been
Shoot.
bad. You have every right.
It's
You
been
have
a
every
struggle.
right to jump on us the way that you have the last 20 years. But this season, what do you I understand we have to be fully healthy. Going back to what you guys said. I don't
Right.
think fully healthy against the Celtics because I'm gonna tell you like this: the last couple seasons we've been a bad matchup for you guys, and I'm not saying that we were a better team. It's just the matchup. Like Orlando to me is a bad matchup for the Celtics. Flea don't want to hear that, but I think you would know.
They are.
6'10",
Yeah, they're good.
they got like three guys 6'10". Not to say they're the best team in the Eastern Conference, but it'll be tough on the Celtics. And their biggest flaw is Tatum in the clutch. Period. Just like for me, the Timberwolves right now, it's
What?
Ant-Man, yeah, Ant-Man in the clutch, period. If you got Ant-Man going crazy in crunch time and Tatum going crazy in crunch time, it's over for everybody. That's how I look at
Right.
it. That's the
Right.
only flaw. But Tatum doesn't show up in crunch time. We know this for a fact. I'm talking about
No.
crunch time
Wrong.
consistently.
Wrong J. Jalen Brown don't show up in clutch time. JT shows up. JT knows how to show up. JT has to do everything he can do because he has to make up for deficiencies for JB sometimes being scared of the moment. But what I'll say about the Knicks team, I'll bring it back to y'all. I think after y'all losing to where y'all did to Miami last year, I think that really taught y'all something. I think Tibbs is coaching different this year. I didn't think y'all could really win with Tibbs as a coach. I think you need a more offensive-driven coach than Tibbs. But the way y'all are playing and the stuff you learned from last year, I think y'all are healthy. Y'all are set to go deep. Y'all are set to go deep in these playoffs. I like this
Oh,
team.
what's deep? What's deep to you?
To me, deep for y'all. Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? That's deep. That's deep for y'all. Eastern
So
Conference, because I can't. But yeah,
no, because
they've been there
everyone
since the
has that.
'90s.
Even Flea, it's like we got so they're both in the that's 2-2. Well, that's really like the final four. Like to me,
Yeah,
if they're
yeah,
in
that
the
is.
final four, what is stopping everyone from saying they're a championship team? If in your mind they're already like, I can see this Eastern Conference Finals that easily.
Be-
What is the little Knicks gonna take it to the tick that takes them to the finals?
I think like another single or double, right? I don't think we need to do another home run right now, right? Like another single or double would be nice. I don't know if we can still do anything with this current roster before we go into the playoffs. But if we can't, hit a home run, a single or double looks nice for us, right? Like right now, I would love for us to go get like Colin Sexton. Like I would love for us to have Sexton on our team right now, right? Like just coming off the bench. I would love that. Again, a single. It's not something out of this world. And that's what you making a face, but that's the type of shit that we need to continue to do. We've been hitting singles this whole time. We don't need no home run right now to
Lee, I don't think he
tip
would
us because we
like
don't
that
have
role.
it. We don't need to waste anything on trying to get something special right now. Hit another single and let's keep this thing rolling. And to O's point about getting to the conference finals, that's difficult, Fabian. Like winning that round to get to the finals is difficult. It's not easy. So you're saying why doesn't anybody have us as title contenders? Because that final round before you get to the boss, like you want to flash that comment, I don't care. Like that's how
I know you don't care. No, we
don't
gotta
care.
get you.
Like,
Hold on, because why is a single? How Colin Sexton? He's okay.
yes,
He's cool.
okay, exactly. An addition. It's not like
Yeah.
I'm not.
So
See,
he's a
you
ball
know me.
handler
I'm
coming
not
off
one
the
of these
bench.
goofy. I'm not one of these goofy guys that want to say, "Oh, let's go get Embiid. Let's go get Giannis." I'm not goofy like that. I'm going to talk about what I think is fits right. Who's a player that could fit with Tibbs and what we do, not what looks great on paper all the time. Like, let's calm down.
I think Flea is 100% in Colin. I think Sexton is great for y'all because you're after OG and after JB, after Brunson, your best dudes is DiVincenzo and Hart. So he can Sexton can come in, take that starting spot for one of them, and have them go to the bench because them cats is they're good, but dude, DiVincenzo and Hart are dumb streaky, like crazy streaky.
I don't want Sexton to come in and take nobody's spot in the starting lineup.
I feel you on that, but I don't think
I want to continue. I want it to continue to bolster our bench. I want to continue to be like super deep to where if a guy goes down, we could get another guy in there. And I want guys that could continue to defend. The team
but he's better than both of them. He's better than both of them.
The team that's going to win the NBA championship this year is a team that's going to be able to defend. Everybody can score the basketball.
Deep. Yeah.
Everybody can score the basketball. You got to be able to defend this year.
Well, what year don't you have to defend? Number one. Number two.
Always.
I don't think that going after Giannis at this point is a stretch. Number one, especially being that he fits perfectly what the Knicks are describing as, hey, we're loading up on all these draft picks to see which one of these superstars are gonna ask out. He signed for the extension, and no, I don't want to ruin the core because we should learn from Carmelo Anthony. We definitely want Joel Embiid, but we learn from Carmelo Anthony. Why not go after Giannis if it means here's 20,000 draft picks? We have a defensive-minded coach. Giannis is lacking defensively. That's the guy that's a 7-footer. We've seen how many countless big men. Now it's Precious Achiuwa. Precious Achiuwa. Imagine if that was Giannis. It just changes everything. We don't need you to score like that, Giannis. We need this guy will score for you. What Dame is supposed to be, we got him right here. He's right now. He's double what Dame is. Let's keep that 1,000.
What got us here?
I got a quick question, Fab. Why would you not want an MVP in Embiid? Why would you not want an MVP?
He's too injury prone. It's not that we don't. Who the hell wouldn't want an MVP caliber guy every year?
Right.
But we didn't come this far to do a typical Knicks move. Listen. We already traumatized. We don't need that.
How is
I feel you.
A typical Knicks move would be buying into the pipe dream that we're gonna get a Giannis. I'm talking about.
Wait, but that's not buying into it. That is the plan that they've been talking about from the beginning. Leon Rose was a super agent. He wasn't a typical regular agent. We know this. So he's not going for Colin Sexton to swing for the fences in the summertime. If it's going to be a major move this summer, it has to be Giannis. He's one of the guys that fits this whole thing, a disgruntled superstar who's going to ask out because he doesn't like his situation. He fits this perfectly. Joel Embiid has no business asking out of the 76ers, actually. If we're going to be real, why would he ever ask out from the 76ers? They have a great place, a great organization.
He don't owe them anything. They ain't put shit around him for real. Like, what they put around him?
Embiid?
Yeah, what they put around him. He don't owe them nothing.
I disagree with
that. I think he's had a lot of good teams. He's just, I just think he's a guy that just hasn't been healthy.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about a lot of good teams. He's had a lot of good drama up there. He's had more drama up there than good teams. What y'all talking about?
Okay, hold on. He's also part of the drama. Let's not get that twisted, right?
I don't know. There's been times with. Go ahead.
No. There's been times with what?
The what is it? The drama that popped off with what's the guy from Phoenix and he's heavy off into the NBA and his son was running the 76ers, the one dude who had the burner account. What's that dude's name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. He has to do with the U.S. Olympic team. He puts that together. Colangelo's son. That ain't have nothing to do with Embiid. Ben Simmons, crazy ass. That ain't have nothing to do with Embiid. Doc not knowing how to coach. That ain't have nothing to do with Embiid. Like, come on now.
Fabian,
Embiid ain't create that shit.
Fabian, let me ask you a question. You are on record as saying that Jalen Brunson can be the best player on this championship. If the Knicks can win a championship, he could be the best player.
Yes.
Why would you scoff at continuing to build the roster with solid role players as opposed to now going and getting Giannis when you just said Jalen Brunson could be the best player on the championship team?
Number one, doesn't mean could Dwayne Wade have been the best player on the
Answer my
championship team?
question. This is what you do. I asked you a direct question, and now you want to play. Answer my question.
Listen. I know everyone else can't see it. I can see the smoke behind the glasses, the shades. I already know you by now, right? Calm down. Turn the knob on the stove, right? All I'm saying is I'm trying to give you an example here. D Wade, was he the best player on the championship team? Yes or no by himself?
Yes.
So when he sits down with Pat Riley and he goes, "Hey, I think LeBron wants to come here." You think Pat Riley said, "No, you can be the best player on the championship team"? No way, son. No, you go get LeBron. That's what they did.
That's an awful comparison. But go ahead.
It's not, because Jalen Brunson. It's a blatant comparison of what's true.
You watched Dwayne Wade do what he did before that, then immediately break down. His body start to break down after winning that championship.
That's fine, but hold on, that's fine, but you're talking about a guy who we know is no one can even argue that he can be the best player on the championship team. That's not even arguable with D Wade because we've seen it and we just believe in D Wade that much anyway. But with Jalen Brunson, it's arguable for everybody else. You guys are arguing that. I'm not arguing that. For me, it's already believable, like you guys believe in D Wade. So yes, I believe in Brunson being the best guy. But if you're telling, oh, that's right. Oh, look, I like. Oh, look. Oh, hold on. I respect. Oh, Okamania. Okamania. You kidding me? You got the red, the orange. For 2 seconds, I'm messing with you right now,
American. Fight for your rights. Fight for your rights.
So for 2 seconds, I'm messing with Older Great because why wouldn't you? Yes, Jalen Brunson can be the best player on the championship team, of course. But if you have a chance to get Giannis, it's just he fits. I think Jalen Brunson fits with Giannis better with Dame. Dame is a little bit past his prime at this point, and he's having a bad year. Let's just put it like that. I don't even want to, we can't really.
He's having a down year.
What's the truth? Tell the truth.
He's not shooting the ball well. He's not shooting the ball.
No, it's more than that, Flea. Y'all know what it is. Say what it is with Dame. Say what it is. Say what the fuck it is. Y'all know what it is.
Hey, the family show. Oh, let's calm down.
I'm sorry.
Look. It went from Okamania. He went. Look, you gave him a little bit of. He went.
I gave him a little bit.
He went to rip the shirt off. He went. Look, say what it is.
Oh, I think it's a. He about to rip the shirt off. It's a culmination of things, though. I think there's a bunch of things going on with him, like basketball, off the court. Like it's a bunch of stuff with that dude. I don't know.
To me, I don't think it's. Hey, where'd my thing go? I lost my angle. All right. To me, it ain't none of that. All it is, he did not want to leave Portland, and he regrets his decision for leaving Portland. Dame overrated. You tripping? He misses home. He misses Oregon. He wishes he was back there. He does not fit in that offense. That one game they had against the against the Grizz before the All-Star break. The last possession he has the ball, he runs into Brook Lopez. He looks so like he loses his focus. That's another thing that y'all do with the Knicks too. Y'all lose your focus when y'all doing it, and y'all end up blowing games. You did it more last year. You're doing it less this year. But he did that. Like, he just loses focus. I don't understand, but Dame, he won't say it. But low-key in the back of his mind, that cat misses Oregon, bro. Dead ass. Like, straight up.
Steve Flossin, I love what you're saying, man. I love Deuce too, man. I love what you're saying with that one, big dog.
Yeah, because we'll talk about that in a second. But I think the go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say you wouldn't be losing focus if you just went cross country. In the midst of that, some of the things in your personal life are breaking down, right? Like these dudes is human.
Got some personal life issues. He's got some personal life stuff.
These dudes are human. Like it's public knowledge. I'm not gonna act like it's not public knowledge. It's public knowledge that he's going through. Like it's public knowledge he's going through a divorce, right? So
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
So I'm just saying, I'm just
And
saying.
you changes cities too? Oh wow.
Right. I'm just saying,
Okay.
like being a human being. Oh, like being a
Yeah.
human being. I think
Yeah.
that would be tough for anybody. You, me, Fabe, anybody. Like that.
Go just went through it with Tampa Bay. Go just went through it with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like, come on, yes, of course.
You know what
Talk
I'm saying?
about it. Oh, hold on. I love.
Like,
Yeah, Flea. This is again
like,
the other day. Thank you. Oh my God, Okamania is real. Okamania is real. He just broke
yo,
down while we said, what did I say the other day? Oh boy, brought it up. Dame Lillard just standing there. I said, bro, no disrespect, no disrespect. But if that's Kobe and that's Mike, they're gonna come in that locker room and it's gonna be a different kind of conversation. You ain't talking to
preach,
Kobe like that. He's gonna be like,
preach.
yo, you know what I've been facing? You serious right now? You serious right now? So with Tom Brady, in the face of you talk about public. I know everything about him and that bruja he was with. He said that's
And she
my
was
personal
ugly.
bruja.
Yeah, she wasn't even
I
like
wouldn't
that.
say. Well, I wouldn't say. Wait, whoa,
Wasn't even
wow,
like that
whoa.
at all. Wasn't
She
even
wasn't
like
like
that at
that.
all.
She wasn't
At
like
all.
that.
First of
But
all,
At
watch
all.
your mouth. Watch your mouth. She's $1 billion queen. Let's chill out.
What that mean? What that mean?
That means
Just 'cause
I'd
you got
rather
money
have
don't make
that
you.
than plenty others.
I seen a sister at McDonald's the other day look better than her. Keep going.
Listen, that's neither here nor there.
I
Hey,
did.
Tom Brady, shout out to you, my
Straight
brother.
up.
But the point is
She's bad.
that's a perfect example of somebody who and they got gifted a Super Bowl. I get that twisted. The two offensive linemen were missing on the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm getting back to my football bag, Flea. They don't want that. They don't want that. But
Yo,
they
we
were
can
gifted.
get into it, Daddy.
Don't do it. But they were gifted the Super Bowl because the two offensive linemen were missing on the Chiefs and all that. I get that. But
They were
you
better.
talk about a public divorce,
Better teams.
and you don't get much bigger than Tom Brady. So
Right.
I understand. Listen, again, yes.
But and
This
also
is what makes
that Fab, I don't mean to interrupt. That Bucks team was trash. It wasn't as good that second year. That last year he was there, that Bucks team was not good.
Matter.
And Mike Evans should not be extended because Mike Evans is Butterfingers. He's trash. I'm sorry, keep going.
This is not it's not a football show. If to me, Tom Brady, that's what makes him great. Like I know the pressure on any quarterback, whatever it is, but that's why we say, oh yeah, Joe Montana, Tom Brady, anybody, like even Peyton Manning is not really on his level because of that. Because that's that extra sociopathic thing that we go, yo, I'm not on that guy's level. Us personally as fans, we recognize it when that guy walks in the room. Yeah, I'm not on his level for whatever reason. So
I gotta
Dame
get back to work, y'all. Yo, I appreciate you having me on. I'm gonna keep listening. I'm gonna jump back on if I can.
I appreciate you behaving yourself, older great.
I try. I appreciate y'all. This was dope. Right, I'm gonna keep listening.
Thanks, man. Yeah, we had this in the background, Flea. I mean, they try to shut me down with some commercials. It's not happening. What do you think of the 76ers game, real quick, against the Knicks versus Sixers?
I think that's how you're supposed to show up coming out the All-Star break, especially the way we went into it. We was like crawling. I think everybody needed a little reset, breather, couple days to kick our feet up and hit the reset button for a second. Everybody came out, looked like they had energy. We hit shots. We defended. Loved the way Precious looked the other night. Loved the way Precious looked. Loved how Bogdanovich came off the bench and he just does what he does, right? He knows exactly what his job is. Come in, hit shots, put pressure on the defense. Don't be a liability, on the defensive end. I mean, he's not the best defender, but don't be a liability. Like I like that addition. I just like how fresh we looked. It looked night and day from what was the last game from the All-Star break? I think Indiana. We lost to Indy.
Orlando Magic.
Orlando, one of them. We just looked completely like gassed. And even though we're not at all healthy yet, we just look like a different team than we look, going into the break. Everybody looked rejuvenized and look refocused. I like the way we played the other night.
Well, the two got somebody in here. Thanks for the update. I want to give you props here, Michael Thigpen. This is what it's about. Knicks Rehab. We're coming in here. We're gonna get all your shades on. We're gonna have to get the cup to start off from cup soon because we're all in rehab together.
Soon.
Well, we're all in this together. Deuce McBride is questionable for today. But there was a stat that we saw, right? He was when Tyrese Maxey's how you say opponent when he was guarding Tyrese Maxey, I guess he was scoreless. Tyrese Maxey was scoreless when Deuce McBride was guarding him. Um, I give that. I don't want to say it with a grain of salt, but it has to be something to it. Because what do you say, Flea? Tyrese Maxey is great. Is that north to south or east? I gotta be east to west, right? Or is that
I
north to
think
south?
I think it's a little bit of both with Maxi.
But he's not like they compared IQ to him, but he can shift way better than IQ. But there is something to he's a downhill kind of guy. And McBride is fast enough to go, okay, you're not gonna shift the way you want to. I'm small, I'm a little compact, I can really get to wherever you want to get to. And he kind of was in his way and stopping him on what he wanted to do and hounding him. And that's what Deuce was known for. Grimes, when he was here, that's what we were big on. Like we were hyped because we saw them defensively. Wait a minute, they got something going on. And maybe it's because they're young, spring chickens. But do you give any credence to Deuce McBride holding this guy scoreless? Tyrese Maxey, who's come on, top
Um,
15 in scoring in the league.
I just think it's a testament to what Deuce does to get on the floor. We already know that he can hit shots when he's open. We already know that when he looks like he's a guy that when he gets into a rhythm, the basket looks bigger. That's for any NBA player, but especially for him, a young guy, when his confidence starts rising, he looks like he can hit. He looks like he just has ice in his veins. He has no fear when he's out there. But the big reason why you can put him out there is because he will sit in that chair and defend. So, going up against a guy like Tyrese Maxey, who is an all-star, we come in first game out the all-star break, you get some really quality minutes. Hell yeah, I think we put a lot of credence into, what he did the other night against Maxey, holding him scoreless, especially when Maxey had a hell of a game. What did Maxey have the other night?
I thought it was 35.
35? That had about 35, I think.
He had 35 and 5. 35, 5, and 6.
Right. But however many possessions Deuce McBride was on him, we held him scoreless. I think you got to tip your hat on that, especially if a guy has it rolling that night. Yeah.
And then it's I mean, for me, I always look at Maxey. We were just comparing because AI made the comments that he could score 40 in this era. And then for us, it's like, yeah, it's cool. We went back and forth. I don't think he could quite score 40, and primarily because of someone like Tyrese Maxey, who he's great, but he's shooting 44% from the field. There's a reason why he shoots 44%. So maybe Deuce is aware of that. And wait a minute, a little more pressure. This 60% you're shooting right now, let's bring it back down to your average. Let's change this up a little bit. And they started actually in the second half. Nobody's really mentioning this. They started trapping Tyrese Maxey.
They started getting the ball. They started getting the ball out of his hand because you got to force somebody else to beat you. And we started to build a lead at that time too. So,
but it was the same thing we saw with Jalen Brunson in a way where it's like, all right, somebody's got to beat us when the Lakers started trapping them, which is where we see Brunson. I've never seen him pass. The passing this season, this is new for me. I didn't really see this last season. The way he steps into certain passes, because as a shorter player, I'm always worried about that for him. Obviously, all his flaws, we see them. The double team is tough for him because to throw it over a double team is like a constant inbounds pass against a double team, crossing half court with him. Like that's what it feels like every time he crosses half court. So this is part of the reason why when Becky Hammond, Dime, all these guys tell us that a smaller player, you can't win with a smaller player. Well, guess what the Golden State Warriors did? Let's put Steph off ball. Now what? Now it's a problem. And they found Draymond. Do we have to find a Draymond type? That's really what the Knicks are missing. When you bring up Colin Sexton, there's no other guy like Julius Randle's not. We are scared to death if he dares try to engineer an offense. That's kind of what we're missing when you got a smaller player. Was there anybody like that for the Pistons and Isaiah Thomas?
I mean,
well, Isaiah was just going crazy.
Lambeer was one of the more prototypical stretch 4 type guys, right? He was a hell of a passer too. I think that goes unsaid how good of a passer Lambeer was for them. So I mean, if we're talking about that team, but I think Jalen Brunson has put more emphasis on getting guys more involved. getting guys more involved has opened up his offense even more. You know, he's almost averaging 28 points a game. His assist numbers have gone up, I think, this season, and he's just putting more emphasis on, you know, finding the open guy. Like, I'm not saying that he wasn't last year, but last year he was establishing himself as a guy that could go get a bucket. Now we know that you could go get a bucket. Show me that you could get guys involved. Show me that you could get guys in the right spot. Show me that you could find the open man, make the right read, right? We know that you could, you know, we know that you could beat your matchup every night. But show me that, you know, you can still infuse confidence in a Dante DiVincenzo. Like the reason, a big reason, yeah, DiVincenzo already is a confident dude, but the reason he's confident is because he's playing next to a guy that's gonna find him. Brunson has been finding him a lot this year, so you know I think it's a testament to him just showing another side of his game and really becoming a better playmaker.
I'm trying to get to that video, man. Oh, here we go. Finally, man. Jesus.
Oh, give me a second.
I'm in the mix. Speaking of Julius Randle and the rest of these Knicks folks, I know you guys saw the video, man. I know you guys were excited as I am, man. Come on now. Emilio Cesar. We saw the video, bro. We saw the video. Look who's in the background. Your man is doing some sort of salsa maneuvering. Drill tips over here. But in the background, if you can see, of my guy doing his salsa drills with the Knicks camp. That's Julius Randle back here getting up jump shots with his shirt off. That's him right there. You can see my mouse, my Mickey Mouse is over him. He's back there getting jump shots off, dribbling the ball. Now, the reports are for a player like that of his size, they can typically re-aggravate a shoulder injury, and you don't want him coming back too soon because of that. And the crazy part is Jalen Brunson missed and had to leave the bubble. He had to leave the bubble to have shoulder surgery. So I'm pretty sure he's advising Julius Randle on this. Let him know already what to do. The Knicks are being quiet as usual and cryptic. Same thing with the OG Anunoby thing. They didn't want to let anyone know about the injury. They were using the negotiations for the negotiations during the trade deadline for Burks and Bogdanovich as an excuse. They have an excuse for that. But in all reality, I think as fans, you want to operate like it's war. You want to be careful with information and secrets, and I'm fine with that. But this having leaked video of Julius Randle doing, getting up jump shots, it's promising. But again, what they're worried about when it comes to Julius Randle and anyone with shoulder issues, particularly shoulder dislocation, they're worried about contact because he's a big guy and he's a physical guy. As much as I would like him to be even more physical, Julius Randle likes to push people off when he gets to the paint. He's become way more physical because of the fact that he is shooting less jump shots. So the fact that he's going to the paint, he's utilizing his strengths, which I love. And that would require him to do what he normally does with that elbow out. It's a little bit different. I don't care how big you are. That shock of even putting your forearm out and bumping into people. Come on now, like it's his style of play is gonna lead to some sort of impact on the shoulder, and for it to be this short amount of time from the injury, we don't want him to re-aggravate it for a bunch of selfish reasons. Number one, we want him to be as great as possible. We don't like Julius Randle to be frustrated and emotional for any reason. He's out of his mind when he does that. We've seen him go nuts. He's gotten way better. Let's give him his props. And of course, you want to win if he's doing well, right? If he's feeling well. And the latter part, Flea, is selfishly, we got to think about this business wise. Come on, man. If he's not 100%, it's harder to trade that guy. Just, it is what it is. The better he looks, like Jalen Brunson is the number one trade asset right now in the Knicks, right? Without, we don't want to trade him, but if everyone was available for trade, he's the number one asset. Julius Randle's up there. He's either number 2 or 3, and we don't want him to digress all because we rushed him back too soon. We've seen it happen to Grant Hill. They didn't rush back Tim Duncan because of the Grant Hill injury. A lot of people forgot about this because of the era we live in and the medicine, modern day medicine and everything. We didn't forget. Grant Hill's injury was crazy. And I know he had a couple setbacks with the staph infections and stuff like that, but we don't want any setbacks for Julius Randle. Of course, selfish reasons first for his sake, and then of course for everything else I just broke down.
Jules won't be fully healthy till next season. We just gonna call that how it should be called. We will be lucky to get him back this season, and we can get whatever we can get out of him. I just hate the fact that this is a repeat of last year, right? Like last year, he limped into the playoffs, off of an ankle injury, right? And we got everything that we could get out of him in the first round. We was able to get out of that first round, and then we couldn't really get anything from him in the second round. When if we had 100% Julius Randle, you might have found the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals last season.
That
So
incites a reaction. Very rarely.
I can hear that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. I thought you needed to. I thought you needed to segue
I'm sorry.
into
That was not at all. You go do your. I'm so sorry. Keep going.
No. You fine. I just want to help the people understand that Julius Randle won't be healthy until next season, fully healthy. We may see him in uniform again, but I would not bank on getting 100% out of Julius. He's gonna play his behind off. He's not gonna dog it, but he may be limited. Fabian, is it his shooting shoulder?
No, it was his right leg on his right shoulder.
Right shoulder. Okay, so he landed on the off shoulder. Okay, so
right,
it's not a shooting shoulder.
There's no way it's his shooting shoulder, and he was shooting like that.
And he's shooting right, and we okay. So that answers the question.
That's too crazy for us.
That answers the question. You're right. I should have thought about that. Okay, so
this is listen again. Like even the stupid, silly questions we need to ask them. I don't want anybody to ever feel pressure. Listen, this guy Colin Flea Sexton. He knows the game in and out. Pause. But at any given time,
you called me Colin Sexton. That's hilarious.
Colin Flea. That's your fault. No, that's why you want him on a team. I don't put together. Anyway, Flea knows the game. It's the same with we argue to death because I'm more of a I'll take a chance and think of and project something. Please, like, wait a minute. I'm grounded. I'm over here on planet Earth.
I always try to walk my brother back from jumping out the window with that loose parachute he has on. It's just never secure. I never know if he's gonna hit the ground on his all fours or if he's gonna tumble.
Shout out to my guy Stone Cold Steve Flossin. I see the name change. Wink, wink. Uptown in the building. And Robert Paulson.
It's worse than Deuce. Jesus.
Yeah. Colin Sexton is worse than Deuce McBride. Nah, he's not. He's having a great season. That's what it is, and that's another reason why I don't want to trade for Colin Sexton, because you got to deal with Danny Ainge. I want nothing to do with Danny Ainge. He's a thief.
He's playing really well. Big reason why Utah, has any type of success they've had this season is because of Sexton and Markkanen. So,
well, and there was another guy on Utah I can't think about. Sexton, Markkanen.
Keontae George is playing well.
Oh no, they traded to the Pistons, right? Conchinciello, some funny name. It's an ill name too. Fontecchio. Where did Fontecchio go?
I don't know who that brother is. I'm sorry.
All right. Let me hear. Shout out to leave the Julius Randle thing.
Here we go.
Shout out to my guy Ari from Manhattan. He's hilarious. Interact with him on Twitter. He's funny as hell. He's always like on Knicks fan TV. He pops up everywhere on the Knicks feed. It's true Knicks fan. His face fits the description from an Ari from Manhattan. His avatar here. He's part of the Toxic Boys. They call themselves the Toxic Boys on Knicks Twitter. I'm not following him. That's mad disrespectful. But this is what JJ Redick had to say about Knicks toxic
around things that are said through any media channel is that when someone says something that incites a reaction, very rarely do people actually address the substance of what was said. Oftentimes, they attack the individual or question the motivation or agenda behind what was said. And if you noticed on Tuesday, no one ever actually addressed the substance of what I said. They came.
All right. That wasn't even about that. I thought that was about he said exactly what you said.
That's just said exactly what I said. So
Yeah, in response to Doc Rivers and everybody. So another injury update. Actually,
what
let's
we
get
got?
to that. I saw this in an article. I missed this. I didn't see about OG Anunoby. He's actually dead set on coming back before the playoffs. It looks like OG Anunoby sure he will be back in Knicks lineup before playoffs.
Well,
So
when is
the New York,
that? And how are we guaranteed of being a playoff team if our whole team is like? We got to maintain this with what we have, and what we have ain't the greatest.
Well, let's see. When the Knicks announced OG Anunoby's surgery on February 8th, it was a cleanup surgery on his right elbow. Two-way forward painted an optimistic picture on Tuesday, saying he's progressing every day. He believes for sure he expects to be back on the court with the Knicks before the end of the regular season and in time for the playoffs. Definitely sucks, he says. He's trying to get ready as fast as possible, be ready for the rest of the season. Just progressing day by day, but I'm feeling better and better. So yeah, I want to be back as soon as possible for sure. We were 15-2. The Knicks were 15-2 in that stretch when we got OG Anunoby, of course. And it's bad timing because for us to add, Bogey, Precious, Jericho Sims coming back, Alec Burks. I'm sure he's just missing out on all of that because I think for the most part with OG, for everybody who's not understanding what's going on, OG Anunoby would have been able to sit down some minutes, right? With OG, like now we're seeing with Precious Achiuwa and everything. I understand having a 9-man rotation, 9-man lineup. We in the playoffs, it makes the most sense. That was Bob Myers' criticism about having a deep bench, but there is nothing like Mitchell Robinson. If he's coming off an injury, here's 10 to 15 minutes, just like Isaiah Hartenstein is doing right now. Hey, here's Precious Achiuwa.
I'll take it.
Right. Here's 10 to 15 minutes if OG has to come back and take a breather. We need some rebounding right now and to cover a couple of guys on rotation. They're perfectly capable of doing that. That's what OG Anunoby is basically saying right now. Shout out to everybody in the building, by the way. Over 30 people in the building right now.
Yes, sir.
As we await the Celtics Knicks game coming up. But come on, if you put yourself in OG's position, you got to feel what he feels, especially coming to New York. This is not Toronto. Anyone will understand if you play in New York. Everyone comes to the Garden, to the Mecca, to show out in Madison Square Garden. So imagine playing here 41 times of the year minimum. And then on top of that, you're bringing this culture with you. On top of that, you're OG Anunoby, and it's not like RJ Barrett. It's not like Julius Randle the last couple of years. OG start, isn't it even better than Jalen Brunson's? Like Jalen Brunson, come on, he's like a god now. But OG kind of got to that level even quicker.
I mean, the last two major additions we've had to the team, we've started flawlessly. We got Josh Hart last year and went on a 9-game win streak. We get OG this year, and what did we start? 12-2 or something like that? Like
15-2.
We went on a great run. So, I like that, and that that it just goes along with my point about Sexton. It's not really about Sexton, right, Fabian? It's not about him. That was just a name to throw out there. But that type of guys that just be able to fit in seamlessly and bring certain things to the ball club that we need. OG was something that we needed. Josh Hart was something that we needed. Again, those type of players. We could talk about some other kind of player. It don't have to be Colin Sexton. It could be somebody else. But I'm just talking about those kind of guys that love to play basketball, low maintenance guys that want to come in, do their job, love, team oriented. Those kind of guys is who I'm talking about. They're not gonna come in and dog it, not begging for minutes. When they do get minutes, they're gonna play their behinds off. You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of guys. So it didn't have to be Colin Sexton. It could really be anybody that fits that mold. I want to continue to bring guys on our roster like that until we can hit that home run.
I mean, I couldn't have said it better. It's been since Tyrese Halliburton is the biggest hiccup. I don't want to say the only hiccup with Leon Rose. And I made this comparison before with the Mavericks. It's funny with Jalen Brunson, what kind of surrounds Jalen Brunson, the mistakes that surround them, and the Knicks and the Mavericks. The Mavericks had him, of course, drafted him, and the Knicks were able to pick him up. And the Mavericks let him go, which there's no way they're going to tell me now that in revisionist history, it was way cheaper to keep him. There's no way you wanted Kyrie at that money. Because Kyrie is Kyrie, don't get me wrong. He's even better this year, in my opinion, than ever before. Smarter than ever before. Grown man. Even when he looks like he's more like he's 43 into the 33, that beard. Kyrie, come on. I know you're married. Somebody, an old co-worker one time, she put me to the side with my when my wife was pregnant with my daughter. Well, she might have given birth. And I had a coworker who was a church-going woman, and she kept it real. She said, Raymond, I am Raymond, by the way. She said, Raymond, they usually say the women let it go after birth. We got to step it up. I was like, wow. Kyrie Irving, get it together. You from your pops from the BX, you from Jersey. And he's a smooth dude. Kyrie, fashion game. Let's not get it twisted. That's besides the point. The Dallas Mavericks will turn all that in.
Yo, comments, don't let him get away with this. Do not let him get away with this, please.
What you mean? Why? He is a smooth guy.
No, I'm not talking about you saying he's smooth. I'm talking about you making the inference that since he's had children, that he's let it go.
His beard looks crazy. He looks like a bum. But being straight up.
Oh my God,
he looks like a bum. He looks more like
Kyrie
Uncle
Irving
Drew.
alone, please?
I tried to, but he wanted to go back on it.
He's present. He's playing his behind off right now. Leave Kyrie Irving alone, please.
Yes, and that's part of the reason why the Mavericks are okay with the result of letting go of Jalen Brunson. Thanks for bringing this full circle, Flea. That's part of the reason why they're okay with letting go of Brunson, right? They got Kyrie. The Knicks are okay with, now we as fans, organization, everybody's okay with, damn, we missed on Halliburton because of Jalen Brunson. But those are two big hiccups surrounding Jalen Brunson was my point. Hold on a second. Who has had the better recovery? Is it the Mavericks or the Knicks? With the Knicks losing Halliburton or the Mavericks losing Jalen Brunson? Who recovered better? Or is it equal?
I think we've recovered better. And I'll tell you why. Because we made up for both things. We made up for not picking Tyrese Halliburton by hitting a grand slam and signing Jalen Brunson. And Precious Achiuwa is everything we wanted Obi Toppin to be. Everything we wanted Obi Toppin to be, Precious Achiuwa has been. And he's just as the same age, maybe a little bit slightly older, but Precious is doing everything that Thibodeau would have prayed Obi Toppin can do. So I think we made out just fine with missing on Halliburton and having to, draft Toppin, but then, having to trade Toppin too. I think the Knicks made out just fine.
I like how you brought in Precious Achiuwa because you're not just trading Halliburton for Brunson in this scenario for the Knicks. It's like we don't know what would have happened if you have Halliburton, Julius Randle in that organization and that team, but you don't have Obi to trade for the 2 second-round draft picks, which I don't think matter in this case. Or was one of them used for the Precious Achiuwa trade?
With draft picks, I think there was some draft picks in that trade with Toronto. I think
so. So I'm that's why I was like, I don't know about the Obi thing in your scenario, but there's a lot that comes with that.
I'm just saying that we missed on we went ahead and got Toppin over Halliburton, but was able to make up with that with Brunson. And now, people are pissed off that we took Toppin so high at number 8, but now we get everything that we want out of Toppin, out of Precious, and we didn't even expect it. So that's why I'm like, it's like, it's a win-win.
And that's the sliding doors effect, where I was just gonna go straight and point to Jalen Brunson's contract is closer to what Halliburton's rookie deal would have been,
Right.
as opposed to you lose Jalen Brunson, but now you got to pay way more for Kyrie. Jalen Brunson's on probably maybe the best deal in the game right now. That has to be the best deal.
It might be in the history of the game in terms of the impact on team and the dollar amount we have him for. Like, I hate the fact that we keep saying that, and he probably hears this quite often. Is like, I know I'm underpaid, and I've outplayed the contract, but I love the fact that we have him on this number right now and and he continues to just outplay that deal. But
Hot Grabber 718,
Hot
appreciate you.
Grabber.
Get them likes up, man. Like, share, subscribe.
Hot Grabber, I love it.
Leave them comments in there, man. Like I said, make fun of my face, make fun of my shirt. You see, I brought you back to when I had my first baby. Somebody told me I was letting it go. Let go of them likes. Stop fronting, man. Who are you? Lobinko Bagasol Randel. Watch your mouth, Celtics. What does that mean?
15 on it.
What does that mean? You better be careful on here, all right? I thought that Dallas had signed Uncle Drew. Yeah, shout out to Robert Paulson, man. Streaming game tonight. We're trying to work on that playback TV, Krishna. Krishna is a dope name, by the way. Doesn't that mean like peace or love? And I don't want to say Indian is that's a foul way to describe a language. But Krishna in the Middle East, Hare Krishna. Krishna means like peace or something like that. We got to work on our playback TV thing, because then we could really watch the game together and break it down. And imagine us watching the game together. Imagine all ball watching the game. He's ridiculous.
Insane.
Like him live watching the game, reacting. I don't know who's worse during a pressure situation, him or Dime. Him on a letdown. I don't know. I don't know which one I'd pay for. I'd pay for either one of them to just see them get let down. I'm sorry, but I would have to go obviously let Dime get let down over the Knicks. So it's kind of tough. But the way he threw his headphones and smacked the microphone last year when Julius Randle couldn't make his 60 points against the Timberwolves was great.
That was insane.
Y'all are going to lose to the Celtics more than likely, but the amount of injuries, I don't think this game really means much unless you win. That's a great way to put it.
It is. It is.
But a lot of these games are going to be like
in that position. Go ahead, Fabian. I'm sorry.
No. A lot of these games are going to be like we saw with the Giants against the Patriots. I think All Ball made this comparison before, but that's the situation that we're in, because this is not football. Football is one game a week. It takes like what's 82 divided by 16, 5, something like that. Every 5 or 6 games is like one football game, right? So the next couple of games, or every 5 or 6 Knicks games are like one football game, and that one football game with the Giants versus the Patriots, that final game of the week, that final week of the season, was huge, because as Giants fans, we saw like, wait a minute, yeah, Patriots are good, they're great, but there's some kinks in their armor, and we need to see if we have that without OG. This is like we kind of hid our secret chess piece away to really see what we can do with Tatum. Tatum's another guy on the low. He isn't always disciplined. As he got when I went to the Garden last year, he got thrown out. So much so it was like so bad during the game. And me and Old Boy sitting there like, hold on a second. Tatum got a chick out here in New York City, bro. He's trying to leave that halftime. Like, this is kind of Jason, where's she at? She's waiting for him, outside the locker room. So
Ella May.
They still together?
I don't know people business, but I just saw them, so I would assume. But I don't.
LMA, holla at your boy, man. I know what I said earlier, but holla at your boy, right, LMA? I know I got the 200 million, but you in New York City. Kidding me? Listen, Jason ain't got all them baby hairs. You ain't doing nothing in 2024 with that BS, Jason Tatum. We got your girl in New York City. It's over for you. Yeah. We got a bunch of Jason Tatums out here. We got like 20,000 Dominicans that look like you, Jason. It's over.
Yo, 20,000 that look like him.
In New York. You kidding me? Losing and winning is so important to the Knicks now because seeding is going to be important, and finishing sixth might be better than fourth at the moment. Sixth, I don't really care as long as it's 1 through 6. You're right, Robert Paulson. Clearly you want home court advantage, and that's another thing, Fleet, that nobody's talking about. We're playing great at home. Like that before used to be so frustrating.
Better. Yeah, we start to play better at home.
We are. Before this season, it's like that's what great teams do. The Rockets obviously are working on that. They're a bad road team. They're young. We're not. We are young, but Brunson is mature, right?
Where's this game at tonight?
Part of that.
Where's this game at tonight?
I think it's in Boston.
It's in Boston. Okay.
Let me double check. No, it's at the Garden. How dare I?
Oh, we playing at the Garden?
8:30 tonight. Yeah, because I wanted to go to the game. I'm bugging. At the Garden. How dare I? What do you feel about that? Finishing sixth might be better than fourth at the moment.
Because if we finish sixth, we'd go into the playoffs playing the third seed. So potentially a Milwaukee, a Philly, well, if we drop down to the sixth seed, that means other teams are coming up. So is Cleveland gonna finish third? And now we get a chance to play them in the first round. I don't know.
Well, this is a follow-up question from RP. Would you rather play Bucks or Sixers first round, regardless of home court? Sixers all the way.
Sixers, definitely.
I mean, come on. Embiid is hobbling. You take advantage of that. We
Sixers
smoked them already.
All the way. In a 7-game series, yeah. I'd rather play them.
I don't want the Bucks to wake up out of nowhere. They're still kind of scary. You still got, come on, Giannis is Giannis. Yeah. In the championship, he locked in more so than ever. Like he locked in like Jordan type. I always repeat that what's the guy from Devin Booker last season in the playoffs, he locked in the way he locked in when we seen Kobe, all the greats. Giannis locked in on that level. We were like, oh, wait a minute, this is kind of crazy in the championship. Giannis has way more of a chance to lock in against anybody during the playoffs than Joel Embiid, especially. And I'd rather play a hobbling Joel Embiid first round. You want to get that sweep. You want to be able to, even if you're fifth at that point and the Sixers are fourth, it's kind of like home court advantage because them Sixers, Philadelphia, they better hoard those tickets. They better try to somehow prevent us from getting those tickets over there in Philadelphia, Robert Paulson, because there's a bunch of Knicks fans screaming MVP for Brunson out there. Yeah, Giannis might be able to overcome Doc Rivers. Yo, Doc is so bad. It's just, you talk about a person that can single-handedly just take away your confidence as a fan. Imagine as a teammate, as a player, you hear him. It's just like, what are you talking about? Why would you say that? I feel no confidence around you. Let me see. Real quick, speaking of no confidence, the fake Knicks fan himself is back at it again. Here we go. Your boy.
Jared Allen, one of 3 players averaging 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 60% shooting this season.
Is going to start another rumor with a previous that was already ended previously.
On with DeMontis.
The Knicks are going to go after Donovan Mitchell.
Sabonis and Giannis Antetokounmpo. By the way, he has a double-double in 5 straight games entering Friday, and they're going to need a little more from him without Donovan Mitchell tonight. We are moments away from tip-off between the Cavs and the 76ers. Donovan Mitchell, he was the one holding down the Cavs as the 2 seed in the East. He will be out tonight with an illness.
Listen, I know Sinead got married recently, and congratulations to you. But
congratulations to her.
Yeah, wink, wink. We appreciate you on screen, Sinead. You are amazing talent.
Illness. But Stephen A., they're still 7 games back from that top spot, the Boston Celtics. Realistically, what will it take for them to have success in the postseason?
Well, the likelihood is that they're going to have to beat the Knicks. You see, at some point in time, they're going to run into New York, and they will fall. I like Jared Allen, but I don't give a damn what he's doing. They're going to fall. And here's how it's going down, Perk. Here's how it's going down, Sinead, okay? Here's how it's going down. You heard it here first. They're going to the Knicks, and the New York Knicks are going to smoke them again. And when that happens, Donovan Mitchell's going to say, damn it, I won out. You know why? Because I wanted to be in New York anyway, okay? And this is the perfect excuse, and this is the perfect time. Orange and blue skies, baby. Orange and blue skies. I'm trying to tell y'all right now, it's coming. Brace yourself.
Only Stephen A. will make us
I
talking
know.
about the Cavs going to orange and blue skies, but I'm looking at the Tyrese Maxey.
Oh my God.
I'm looking at the Tyrese Maxey and the Darius Garland.
Can we pause this for a second?
For some reason, Darius Garland has been lost.
Yo, he is such a fraud. Yo,
Oh, wait. I was getting there.
Yo,
You stay right there.
go ahead and cook. Go
When we
cook. Go ahead
talk
and
about
cook.
the elite guards in the league. And right now, like this game, he could put the world on notice and remind the world of who the hell he is. He's only 24 years old.
Look, the Cavs are loaded too, and they're constructed pretty well. They have two all-stars between Garland and Mitchell. They have defensive players of the year candidates in back-to-back years. They have about 7 players almost in double figures. So, Stephen A., I know you love your Knicks, but the Cavs are coming.
The Cavs are coming. It just feels like there's a distance.
They are. I love their coaches. I love it.
Between
I love it all.
them
But they going down.
and the Boston
They going down,
Celtics.
y'all. Donovan coming to New York.
Stephen A.,
He coming to New
it's
York.
time to get out
New
to
York.
tip off.
New
It feels like we need one of these.
Yo, that's
Close your
some of
man.
his
Sorry.
finest fraudulent work.
Finding fraudulent work.
Yo, Fabe, that's some of his finest work.
You thought that was his finest?
That's some of his finest. Oh my God.
Hold on. I actually, because in all actuality, it seemed like his finest work was introduced by the New Orleans Pelicans. They had enough of Stephen A. Smith.
They killed him.
Nah, this man was a bona fide scrub. He can't play. No disrespect whatsoever, but I'm sorry to tell everybody the truth. The man cannot play the game of basketball. He has small hands. He can't catch the ball. He's got bad feet. He can't really move, even though he's mobile. Doesn't really know what he's doing. Doesn't have a post move that he puts to memory that he can do 2 times in a row. He has no game whatsoever. Plays no defense. Doesn't have the heart, the passion, or anything that comes with it. Nah, this man.
Stephen A. Stop playing with these people out here, man.
Because now the organizations ain't having it.
They had enough of him. I'm so glad that the Pelicans, and you have our blessing, Pelicans. I know he screams New York and everything. I'm from Queens.
I'm all for it. All for it.
His Van Wyck Expressway pass, he's about to lose that. We ain't playing.
Can't show up on Hollis. He can't show up on Hollis.
Not with a Knicks jersey. New Orleans, you can go carte blanche. That is not a real Knicks fan. Go 1,000% on him. He's not allowed at the parade. If he is, and we see him, tomatoes.
It's up on him. We upping it on him.
I don't believe in violence, but trust me, we need in New York. We go nuts during the parade. He will be an example. The Pelicans flamed Stephen A. Smith after he went again and targeted Zion Williamson, who, by the way, that's what was lost during JJ Redick's tirade, was that he made a video about Zion, point Zion, and also, if I'm not mistaken, the kids here or who venue. At the same time, I saw 2 videos out there about Zion running the point, describing how he looks with the ball in his hands in the 3-point and how everything changes with him in the corner. And he just sits there, Stephen A. Myth. Everything's a myth about him. He's a very good promoter. He's from New York. We appreciate the New York side of him. He's getting money. Big Queens in the building, but they are flaming you out here in these streets. Flaming you. Stephen A. Snitch is the biggest fraud. He sold us out long ago for clicks. At least Max Kellerman jumped off ship and wasn't phony about it. Very true. Max Kellerman, you're not. I don't care if you was from the Bronx or something like that. Wherever you from, Max. I didn't forget about you either. You jumped ship and became a Lakers fan.
Yeah, it was nasty.
It was nasty. I don't care about you and your little beef with Stephen A. Smith. Don't come over here either. Don't talk about us. Don't do nothing when you come back.
And he did it while he was on LA radio too. That's the nasty part. He was in LA, living in LA, and he jumped ship on us.
Right. And him and Marcellus Wiley used to have a dope show. But we're not down with the frauds. And that be that. Now, somebody who's not fraudulent, and the Knicks game is about to start in about less than an hour. I'm looking for the lineups, but in between that time, someone who's not a fraud, and I absolutely love him as a podcaster. Unlike your man Podcast P, I'm very adamant about who I like as far as podcasters go and just personalities. Carmelo Anthony is just killing the game.
Melo
He breaks down the relationship between Clutch Sports and inside information or viewpoint on what it was to be in the middle of the Clutch Sports CAA beef. Leon Rose, of course, was his agent. Leon Rose is also LeBron James' agent, as well as other superstars like Allen Iverson, and also the New York factor in the middle of the CAA Clutch Sports war.
I like it because that's what wins, bro. It's team.
Well, you see the
culture, bro. Culture, and
you can have a nice team.
Yeah,
you have the best niggas on the team.
Right.
But if that culture ain't right, you ain't winning nothing.
Yeah, and they just one of the final pieces of that. They pieced it up with Clutch.
Yeah,
this week that's big.
Yeah,
like for Knicks fans that know what that beef is like. They don't even free agents. They don't even sniff these niggas.
Yeah.
What?
That should open it up.
Oh, so you know a different. Okay, I see where you're going.
Nah,
you know some
what?
shit. Now you know
they cooking now.
Relationships are important, right? Because to your point, like that was the best relationship at one point in time, and then it get completely fucked up, dismantled. So this is years and years and years and years of people having to pick sides, and I can't talk to this person. I got what I mean, like because everybody's in the same circle. So now, to his point, to patch that energy up and come to peace, and we men now, and we gonna figure this out.
Hov and Nas,
I love it.
Come on, you have to, because no matter what, you need New York. You 100%. Need New York. You can't go around New York. You can try to, but you got to come back here, especially when you in certain industries. When you in music, you got to come. When you in fucking sports, you got to come to New York.
Come on.
Yeah.
So if you don't have no relationship with the Knicks, you ain't got no relationship around your relationship game ain't strong around the NBA.
Right.
So I'm happy that's honorable that those parties that came together and settled that difference, because everybody is going to benefit everybody in the industry.
As a future Hall of Famer, how does that impact? You know what I mean? Like negotiations, contracts. It was. Does it make it easier or does it make it harder? Because it's like, yo, we cool.
No, it's no cool shit in business. There's no cool shit in business.
Got you.
Because there's no
put that on the shirt.
There's no loyalty in sports. So we can't be cool. This is business. This is I'm gonna help you if you help me type of shit. I'm only gonna help you if you're gonna help me, right? So we talking about in the trade situation. This is why we wait until 30 minutes before the deadline and everybody start making trades, because I don't want to help you at the beginning of negotiation. We negotiate.
Right.
But when it comes down to, do you really want to fuck with me? Do we really want to build this rapport for? It might be other shit that down the line that we got to work with, players, trades. So do we want to start this connection? That's why you see certain teams only deal with certain teams at a better point, because it's like we already have this.
It was at one point we couldn't talk to nobody with the Raptors. The Bargnani trade.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Barney Ernie, to quote from Frazier.
I hate whatever.
Barney Ernie. What is he doing, folks? I remember that Bucks game like it was yesterday, dog. This nigga caught a long rebound and shot at three, bro. He might see him go. Like, what the
for too many years, like I'm talking about for the Knicks fans that just been around, you knew that if a team was calling the Knicks, they was getting all the draft picks.
Right. I think we got the gist of that, and just what Carmelo Anthony was saying, and just as a former player, as a guy, come on, LeBron, the banana boat, partner to LeBron. Carmelo, he breaks down him and LeBron were cool from high school, from the game the day before they played, or a couple hours before they played an actual game together ever in their life. They sat down for hours. They sat down for hours just talking about life in general, how and they clicked from the moment that they met. Obviously, being two phenoms in their own respective genres or own respective fields, and that means they know each other from 17, 18 years old. So who else knows LeBron that much better? And then you got the last 10 years of their professional career so far, or the last 10 years of their professional career. I mean, you talk about just groundbreaking changing of sports, the sports world in general. LeBron is the center of that, and he's right there to witness it, because he's attached to LeBron personally, business wise. They're attached to each other at the hip. He's playing in New York. He's playing in New York with Phil Jackson. They're calling out, LeBron's posse and everything. Charles Oakley was loud about his disdain for James Dolan. How there's no way LeBron's gonna go to the Knicks. He knew about LeBron going to Miami from the November beforehand because LeBron informed him. And of course the Pat Riley aspect of it. LeBron going to Miami. All of these things tying together against the Knicks, and it goes back to what all Ball always stresses. Boy, oh boy, is there a lot of hate on the Knicks. As a Knicks fan, this is part of what we've had to go through. Carmelo to break that down. What did you feel about what Carmelo just said?
It's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new day in terms of what the Knicks could potentially look like now. Like going forward. At one point, certain players weren't even an option. Like we couldn't even look at certain players. We didn't even call certain players because of the representation that they had, and the relationship between CAA and Clutch was so fractured. So now to be able to mend that relationship, now it's almost like a sigh of relief for a bunch of players who probably were interested, who had some thoughts, who were like, yeah, I wouldn't mind coming to Madison Square Garden and putting on that blue and orange and being part of the New York Knicks culture and all of that. Like now we're gonna see some different things. Like I said at the beginning of what I just said, it is a new day for the New York Knicks and what we could potentially do. The options that we had. At one point, we weren't allowed in that part of the grocery store to shop. Now we could go to that certain side of the grocery store and shop. We could look down that aisle now. So it's a new day. I love it.
Carmelo is a perfect podcaster. Mero is just too giggly for me. Joe Budden actually brought out, and there's no disrespect, he's Dominican, man. Like I just don't want to.
Love Mero.
I love him because we seen the background with him and Deezus. And Deezus and Mero was they killed the game, and he broke down his beef with Deezus only because Joe Budden was there and they brought that out of him. And Carmelo sitting there with the way Carmelo asked him questions and was like, "Hey, would you guys be able to sit down like men and just have a conversation? Forget about everything else, just a conversation about life and business in general." And he just comes off, Carmelo does, beyond authentic. So I would love to take advantage of that as a content creator. Carmelo broke it down from when he first started the podcast. I've been quiet for 20 years, and I never thought about it until he said that. So I've never said anything. I've never seen the George Carl stuff, Phil Jackson stuff. I haven't even watched the D Wade interview yet, but I will do that going on live. I'm gonna probably react to it on live over here. I don't know if I'll make that Knicks Rehab or Friendly Fire, but
it's an excellent, bro.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna love to watch that. Specifically the part where he's leaving Denver and he's just like, New York was never an option. Like I never forced my way there, basically. And he never said anything. And I know for someone who's just anybody who just is going through something and everyone else has a different depiction, opinion.
You. I'm cutting you off. You have always had a level of disdain for Carmelo Anthony, and now you're on your apology tour. I'm not letting you do it. Go ahead. Just admit it. Now you're going to dive into all of this Melo content and what he's doing now because you treated him wrong as a New York Knick. Just admit it.
I did not, because he signed the deal with the Nuggets, which gave the Nuggets all the leverage in the world. Don't make me go into that bag. I still don't go against what I said before about Carmelo getting traded the way he did to any team. But my point is that for someone to go through anything and basically have the media lie and everything like that, and you just go, yo, you know what? I can't win. I'm gonna just go play ball and I'm gonna do me. He has the type of temperament or the type of stubbornness that you want from someone like a Jason Tatum, who's already locked in with a different skill set, even Paul George with a different skill set. If they had Carmelo's confidence, they'd be the best player in the game. They'd be the best player in the game. Like Carmelo's confidence is different. He just never developed, the handle and just the different levels of skills that Jason Tatum and Paul George had, especially defensively, right? But he has the mindset that I think we all want. Like he's a cool customer. Let's not get that twisted. And that personality explaining what happened during this time period, it's worse than we thought. He's confirming everything. Like, damn, it was that bad with the CAA thing, and I was there for it. This opens up the door for everything. And again, it shows you anybody who doesn't understand what we went through that we think we're just crazy paranoid Knicks fans. No, it was real. You had the best player in the game, most powerful player in one of the most powerful in sports, definitely in basketball, wielding his power against our team.
Yep.
There's no way. This confirms there's no way possible I want LeBron James on the Knicks. He better come in for $2 million. You're not coming here. There's no favor from after the last 10 years, you pulled that off and you're a part of that. I don't want to be beyond the fact that you rejected coming here because I never went crazy over that. I didn't care because we blamed Dolan. Like that's what our narrative was. And even trading for Carmelo the way that we did, we blamed Dolan. Bro, Donnie Walsh went from the Pacers to work for the Knicks, got us out of those crazy contracts.
Cleaned it up for us.
Cleaned everything and had us in position to even get a Carmelo Anthony. The same way we're in position right now to go get a Giannis or whatever kind of superstar we're looking for. Very similar. Good not just a competitive team right now. This is not nowhere near that. This is, in my opinion, championship contender. Flea's opinion, Eastern Conference Finals contender. Donnie Walsh didn't get us quite there, but he cleaned up a bigger mess. He cleaned up a bigger mess than Leon Rose, I want to say. And it felt like James Dolan was the reason why. And he got all the blame. But boy, oh boy, does LeBron James deserve a lot of blame because one of his best friends in basketball is confirming that for you. And never stay away from us. I want nothing to do with you, LeBron James. After this, Fugazi, whatever the hell you Italians be saying. Is he? Oh, I want another word. Let me chill out. I know a bad word.
Relax.
I'm sorry, but I definitely wanted to point that out, Flea. I love Carmelo as a podcaster, and I love obviously the position that we're in as Knicks fans. He's confirming that culture and stuff like that, and just it is what it is. It is what it is. One more injury update, which
because we about a couple minutes from and what else we got in the comments?
The Knicks via TikTok. This is from the Strickland. The Strickland has a dope following as well. Knicks following. Mitchell Robinson via TikTok at the Knicks facility with no walking boot or ankle brace. Wait a minute, you ain't getting me with that music. It says get well. Thanks, buddy. No walking boot. Knicks facility. You see that? Thumbs up.
Let's get to it, Mitch.
What are we thinking about that?
It's a bright spot. Positive signs, and it's always a good thing when one of your better players is coming back from injury or working his hardest to get back on the court. I think we need him. I think it would add just another layer of what we were doing early on. When he went down, that was such a gut punch. It almost felt like the end of the world. When he went down, and then Zeke Hartenstein stepped up, and we was just like, man, like look at iHeart doing this thing, right? So we could get Mitchell back. I'm extremely, extremely excited about that. I can't wait.
I think you touched on this last week. The way you broke it down was beautiful, and nobody said it. The Knicks lost their identity to injuries.
Yeah,
like the Bucks lost their identities voluntarily.
Mm-hmm.
They volunteered to trade everybody, and they lose their defensive identity. That's on them, and that happens in sports. What also happens in sports is injuries, and just the accumulation of these injuries to steal our identity, the way that the basketball gods have done. Mitchell Robinson was a part of the beginning of this identity or creating this identity of defense and just holding on to it because we still suck defensively. And nobody wants to say that. We still were in the middle of the pack, lower tier defensively from what I saw when Mitchell Robinson was at the helm. Not his fault, obviously. He single-handedly twisted that series up against the Cavaliers. For any one player to dismantle a team like that is big time.
He was huge. He was huge. He was huge for us last year in that series.
Think about anything in life. I always compare things to the ladies. If you are a man out there, whatever the hell you are, and whatever you're attracted to, if you can go get something whenever you want, and you just go fishing, throw the bait out there, and you can go get something, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like having a skill and dominating and knowing, oh, we got them. Watch this. There's nothing like having that confidence. I said Knicks in 5 against the Cleveland Cavaliers last year. People thought I was bugging, but it was primarily because of that. And I had them in 5 against the Heat because of Mitchell Robinson. I didn't like how we played against them. We were missing Randall, and there was a lot. We were missing the shooting to circumvent whatever the hell Miami was putting up with their round 2 guys, with their second rounders. But to have the rebounding edge the way that we do, and we still do against the whole entire league right now, Mitchell Robinson was a part of that. And it just so happens that when you come back from the injury, we obviously want to bring you back slowly, but we also have Hartenstein here who's like going back to what you said earlier, Flea, a little bit of the Bill Laimbeer to Isaiah Thomas, where he's the guy, you give that ball to him at the top of the key, that is a weapon. That is the guy who can see the court and make a great decision quickly. That's what you want. Mitchell Robinson can't bring that. That's a part of a reason why secretly coming off the bench for him is going to be vicious. Because if he destroyed a Cleveland Cavaliers starting lineup the way that he did, imagine him coming off the bench and doing that to whoever's back second unit. This playoffs is going to be very, very scary. You ain't going to talk about tonight's game no more. We're going to close with that, Older Great. Thank you. What a great segue. Mr. Flea, are we live? That was his cue to respond. I'm not sure if Flea can hear us.
I'm not going into this game with the expectation of us winning, right? Because of, what we're going to be bringing out there onto the floor. But the Knicks team that I've been watching all year long has just been next man up. So would I be surprised if we got a win tonight? Absolutely not. Like I said, we're the hardest working team in the NBA, in my opinion. We've made do with so much less than what a lot of other teams out there are making do. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're undermanned. Boston is fully healthy. Is Porzingis playing tonight? I know we've done a lot of the Knicks injury report. What does Boston look like? Are they rolling out their regular 5 and roster looks ready to go? Because if they're fully healthy, that's going to present many challenges for us. This will be the first time that we're seeing a team in a while that has, 2 bona fide wing guys that could go get you on a good night, go get you 50. Both of them can go get it if when they're hot. Defensive backcourt. So, Brunson, what is this going to look like tonight when Holiday is coming at you? When Derek White is coming at you? What does this look like? Peyton Pritchard is an underrated on-ball defender. So we're going to be challenged tonight, and I want to see how we step up to the challenge.
This Porzingis is getting up jump shots up there. Some Knicks fan was yelling at him and said they obviously know each other. He doesn't look like he's limping or anything, right? It looks like he's in good shape.
Yeah, looks like he'll be playing tonight. So.
I haven't heard anything about him missing a game. I expect the same thing you do. I just want to see how we can. I mean, for me, what's more important is seeing some more reps with Drew Holiday and Jalen Brunson, because Brunson is he's proven to be. I'm thinking like Floyd Mayweather. Just Kobe. Kobe comes to mind with just, oh, you can't pass out of double teams. Let me show you this. He's just like we said, every 5 games or so, it seems like Brunson can really show you something different or adjust to what's been given to him. And he needs to have more reps on court against Jrue Holiday, because I'm pretty sure, come on, the best perimeter defender next to Kawhi and maybe about to be OG Anunoby in the last 10 years. Come on, Tony Allen's in the mix. You know, Jrue Holiday's up there with anybody, if not better. Like, if not better, like Jrue Holiday is like
slow down.
I'm just wait a minute. Jrue Holiday's offense is always inconsistent, but come on now, he's 6'4" and he's doing these things. To see what the Bucks have turned into without him says a lot. The Celtics, obviously, they're not this extra level juggernaut. We don't really fear them for someone who is this guy who I just described. And I guess I do have to slow down based on what you said, because if you added a Kawhi, they would have been insane right now. But I'm more excited to see how Jalen Brunson adjusts to Jrue Holiday. Like, Porzingis is great and all. Seeing the Celtics at full strength is great and all, but primarily for me is Jalen Brunson seeing Jrue Holiday again, and then how does he respond to that even after that? That's my thing with him, with the game. I'm looking for some Knicks Celtics stuff on Twitter right now to see if there's any
more comments.
I think that was the last of them. Playoff Milwaukee over Boston. Alan Kent, I think you're out of your mind, because Milwaukee was better before and they couldn't even I think Boston was a better team even then, and it was all on Tatum for me even back then. And he showed improved in certain games. When it was crunch time, the Celtics did fold a lot against Milwaukee. They blew a couple games.
Listen,
primarily
Tatum's been to 4 Eastern Conference Finals in his career already. He's 1-3.
Oh, damn.
Do with that what you want.
Jump shots won't always drop for Tatum and Allen. Jalen Brunson and Jalen Brown. No, and that's the focus on them. But so how can you say that and then think Milwaukee's going to win when they're 100% offense, 0 defense team? Like, Boston is top 5 in offensive and defensive rating, and not just the rating, not just the stats, just even eye test. They're really good at both. They aren't what they were to me. I don't think they were what they were 2 seasons ago. They really dropped the ball then because they look like wolves out there. I don't think the Celtics are what they were 2 seasons ago defensively. Offensively, they're a tick up, I think, and they just got the balance, the experience. I don't believe Jason Tatum until he proves it. He's saying he's better than whoever. Clutch time, who you got? As far as Milwaukee versus the Celtics, the most clutch player on both teams is Dame Lillard. We know that. We all know that. Dame is the guy that's the most dangerous guy on the court in crunch time during a series like that, right, Flea?
I'd have to agree. I mean, when the game slows down, and that's not a myth, I don't care what era it is, playoff time, game slows down because you just are playing a team for 2 weeks, 7-game series, right? So stuff starts to stagnate because you are now trying to make adjustments for something that you continuously have seen. So I think, when they do figure this out, Milwaukee is going to be a dangerous team come playoff time. It just is what it is.
And that he said that's why Dame being clutch and Freak being the best player,
yeah,
will be a beast.
Yeah, I agree, Alan.
I disagree. I don't expect them to figure anything out.
Okay.
Number one, they haven't figured it out all season. They got away with a lot. And then number two, Doc Rivers is gonna figure it out for you? That's the mad scientist is gonna figure this out. Oh, angry Knicks fan. 199 on the super chat. I appreciate you, Alan. Angry Knicks fans.
Peace.
Just landed on this channel. Fire show. Salute Knicks. Appreciate you, my brother. Yeah, we got the super chats on here. We're gonna get our Cash App up here. We're gonna need to come on, man. We're trying to go full time on here. You crazy? We're not hiding it. Trying to go full time out here. We went on for how long? An hour and a half.
Sure.
Killing it. Angry Knicks fan. Totally appreciate you. Anything you need, my brother. Want to promote something like our guy who's doing it for free. Oh, the great. Off of the arm. Oh, the great. Without a super chat, you bastard. Shout out to High Off the Glass Sundays, 2 to 3 p.m. My City, My Music YouTube channel. Subscribe to High Off the Glass, Oh the Great. He's a lunatic from St. Louis. But he likes to marry Jane. And I'm gonna just keep it at that. But follow him, please. Neither will Boston. You got me with Doc. Exactly. He's stuck. Like they have a lot to prove, and it's hard for a Doc Rivers to have a lot to prove and try to prove it with a team that you have to figure out on your own. And it just feels like you've never figured anything out. Even with Philly and Ben Simmons, that was a horrible thing. It didn't work. Keeping it real for Doc Rivers seems to go wrong a lot. Even as a fan, where he said, just sitting there talking to whatever podcast, and he goes, you know, I didn't really want to come to Milwaukee, and they kind of like twisted your arm, and you were going behind Griffin's back. You were helping them.
You were an advisor.
You were an advisor, and then the Milwaukee Bucks had you there basically as a backup plan and brought you in there. It just the optics of it look wrong. That's Doc Rivers' biggest problem. His self-awareness stinks. It stinks. For you to be able to have diarrhea out of the mouth like that, it happened with Ben Simmons. Don't get me wrong. All of us agree Ben Simmons, again, y'all want to bring up mental health. For whatever reason, mentally, he ain't Kobe. He ain't Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose is not talked about in terms of mental health and mental strength. Jesus Christ. Someone who could just, yeah, he didn't win like Tom Brady and these guys, but nobody could convince me otherwise. Derrick Rose would have been a top-notch player, competitive as hell on any level if he was healthy.
Derrick Rose was going to go down as one of the best basketball players to ever play. Like, he was en route to being all these top 10 point guard lists that y'all got out there right now, all these top 10 player lists that you guys have out there right now, and would have had to be extremely altered had Derrick Rose not tore up his knee like that. Like, we saw something that that was phenomenal his first 3 seasons. Phenomenal. I'll never forget that.
As great as we think John Moran is, John Moran's probably more of a phenom culture-wise. And just he's more of a star. He's more AI. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's who John Moran is. Close to what Derrick Rose was. Because he took a leap, most improved player. I get that with John Moran. But Derrick Rose's first step, he was just more violent. Derrick Rose, just his mentality was no play. There was no, I'm trying to dunk over you. Derrick Rose is dunking over your favorite players. It was scary how he was.
Violence. I like the word you used. Violence.
Real violence. Not
violence.
Not you know, P-footing around. No, D Rose. So my thing with D Rose, just to bring him up, was the mentality to overcome. That's how we know he was going to be great. That's how we know Russell Westbrook is a lunatic. He came back from the knee surgery and everything, and he is resistant. Not as high IQ to me, in my opinion, as on the court as Derrick Rose. Rose came back every single season getting better. That's what was scary about him. So the Bucks don't have that with Doc Rivers. He just doesn't. He's not that guy. Hold on, Alan Kent. He's going back and forth with us about the Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics.
Appreciate
$10 on the super chat. Alan Kent, my brother. Let's go New York. Best of luck, fellas. What kind of a fan are you? A Milwaukee fan? Rose back in the day was an angry dunker. Just yeah, man.
Rip the rim off the backboard. Like
just what he did versus the Heat. Like when he hold on, we gotta pull that video up. at the All-Star game. Come on, this is when to be honest, this is when I took out. You know how I love wrestling, especially back in the day. This was.
Then if Derrick Rose didn't even bop his head, he's just like, I'm here. Let's roll the rock out and hoop, man. I don't want to play with you niggas.
Did he embody Chicago?
Come on, bro. I don't want to play with none of y'all. Roll the ball out. Let's go.
Did he embody Chicago or what?
Come on now.
Did he embody Chicago or what?
I love this right here. It only makes it better because the White Howard going crazy.
Look, yeah, following LeBron like a moron. Look at LeBron bobbing like an idiot. Melo almost fell for it. I see you bobbing in the background, Melo. You almost fell for it. Look, yeah, all right, come on, guys. Look, just a clown. Yo, Dwight Howard is the guy, like the friend that you don't even want around. Like there's girls around, like, oh, we gonna gotta have money. He gotta have something going on to get chicks, bro. Because this is, oh my god, you hit the DNA lottery, bro. We hate you. That's just your friend. You gotta slow down, man. No more drinks for you, brother. You look crazy out here. Jesus Christ.
That's
yeah,
salute. That's it right there. He ain't doing none of no bops. No, he said, Melo, you almost fell for it.
D Rose, the former Knick, by the way, and that's not the reason. I guess we got to see him more, close up. And we just saw like coming back from surgery. Like again, that's why I sometimes Flea slows me down because he feels like, whoa, you went way too hard with our guy. I also will claim I don't know if I could have been able to come back like D Rose in life in general and be that persistent, resistant. That mentality is tough. When Flea always asks me, what is tough to you? Because you always talking about being tough, Fabian. You ain't tough. You ain't fucking nobody up. What you talking about, Fabian? Who are you? That's tough to me. You ain't forget about fighting internally, regardless of what your battle is. That's a huge battle to overcome. Being at the top, how far off was D Rose from the top? And right then you come crashing down like that. You overcome all these surgeries and just these obstacles, and you go, I could still play. I could still play at a high level. And there's a game, Jeff Teague, I think, talked about it when they were in Minnesota and he went to play against Chicago, and I think D Rose had 50.
Yep. The emotions that were going through D Rose, they said, throughout that game was just infectious to the point where everybody else is getting emotional as he goes through that 50-point game, man. Like, because people know that it, like that acronym, that IYK, whatever, if you know, like that is really applies to Derrick Rose, right? Like if you know, like Derrick Rose was phenomenal. And it's not overhyped. For anybody who didn't get a chance to watch Derrick Rose, it's not overhyped. Everything, like, absolutely what was advertised and even more. Like, he was it. He was it.
Angry Knicks fan again with another super chat. Appreciate you, Angry Knicks. Yo, listen, we try to be us as I try to be a showman as well. But I hope you feel that this is all real coming from me. So I appreciate you guys with these super chats. Like, we're on our way to becoming full time because of y'all, man. Like, Flea's up here. Like, Flea's the one who added the glasses to the Knicks rehab because it makes the most sense. We got to sit here, bad or good, in New York. When you got the shout out to Rockstar Mel. When you got the shades on in New York indoors, that's a different level.
It's a different level. Shout out to Mel.
It's a different level. But Angry Knicks fan says, what kind of numbers does Jalen Brunson need to get us a win of the season type game? Win of the season type of game. By the way, Rose and Westbrook, angriest guard dunkers of all time. I like that you went to angriest guard dunkers. Good one, Angry Nick. I was gonna go to other guys. Damn, because Stromile Swift comes to mind, angriest dunker, but he's not a guard.
Stro was rip the rim off on you. Like obviously Sean Kemp, but like two of the angriest guard dunkers, yeah. Because when Russell Westbrook in his prime, go ahead, meet him at the rim if you want to. If you want to. Go ahead, meet D Rose at the top if you want to. I remember when he put it on Goran Dragic, and it looked like Dragic made a business decision late. Like it looked like he was about to jump, and he's oh shit. And at that time now, it's like it's all she wrote. All she wrote. But let's answer Angry Knicks fans question. Shout out to Angry Knicks fan for posing this question. What kind of numbers does JB need to get us a win of the season type game? So this would be one of those wins of the season if we do happen to beat the Boston Celtics tonight. JB, I think, needs to go for like 30 and 10. And I mean 30 and 10 dimes, really getting guys involved. 30, 10 dimes. I think he needs to get to the line maybe 10 times tonight. I think 10 of those points from the free throw line. Yeah, something like that. He has to be dominant on the offensive end and really take away. Because here's the thing. Holiday goes into every game with no fear of the opposing guard. None. I don't care who it is. Holiday goes into the game like, I can defend him. Steph Curry, I could defend him. Damian Lillard, I can defend him. Ja Morant, I could defend him. Whoever it is, I can defend him. Jalen Brunson, I can defend him. I think Brunson needs to go in there, and excuse my language to anybody, family that's in here, but Jalen Brunson needs to go into this game tonight with a lot of fuck you. He has to go into this game with the fuck you attitude and really just bring it to whoever, because they are going to start switching up matchups on him tonight. They're going to throw a lot of different looks. Tatum will get looks. Brown will get looks. Derek White will get looks, and obviously Drew Holiday. So he's got to go into tonight with flipping the entire Boston Celtics the bird and just saying, pun intended, flipping the bird. Celtics, y'all got that. That's a ball. I know what I did with that. But they need, I'm telling you, that's what my dog Brunson needs to do.
Your man went on a crazy battle rap moment. It's part of the reason why I hated battle rap after the Smack DVD era.
Shay Davis.
If Shay, that's crazy. My guns go blam.
Yeah, my guns go blam.
Horrible. Shout out to Shay Davis because I don't want
Shout
no
out to Shay, man. You got me through a lot of tough times, Shay.
That's crazy. I listened to that twice in my life just to laugh. Jalen Brunson needs to go. Shay Davis reference is crazy.
Crazy.
I think to your point, 30 and 10 or just 30 points from Jalen Brunson on efficient shooting is a different level. If he's not going to go crazy, because, we got to worry about that when it comes to Jalen Brunson over dribbling. They want him to do that, get the Knicks off rhythm, get Jalen Brunson off rhythm, but primarily the Knicks off rhythm. And I think you can do that by maybe putting him on an island with Drew Holiday, but showing different looks. I'm not going to lie, they played him well. I think the first two games against them, I don't like what I saw. I just got to be straight up. Drew Holiday just is amazing. That was a great addition for them. That's part of the reason why we miss OG. And to your point, but if he gets 30 points and he figures out this Rubik's Cube or Da Vinci Code of a Drew Holiday defense, because you made a great point. That quiet assassin style of a defender is the guy that you want. Kawhi comes to mind. Tony Allen comes to mind. Not rah-rah. The guy that you go to them, they're going to look at you like, They don't even care what you have to say, and just keep it silent, keep it quiet. To your Rose and Westbrook angriest dunkers of all time, I like what I think Robert Paulson also brought up. Robert Pack, big man. He another guy injury prone. Injuries took away his prime. He played for the Nuggets. I want to say the Mavericks.
Robert Paulson. I was in Starbucks about 2 weeks ago. I'm going to Starbucks. Need to get me a little pick me up for the rest of the day. lunchtime. Walk in there, guy to my left. Look over. I'm like, damn, this brother looks familiar. I said, excuse me, your name Robert Pack? He said, how you doing, man? I said, yo, can I just shake your hand, man? I was a huge fan of you growing up, man. You were an amazing basketball player. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Pack. Shook his hand. He said, God bless and have a good day. Super cool dude. So crazy that you gave Robert Pack a shout out. I just ran into Robert Pack about 2 weeks ago in a Starbucks in Houston, Texas.
Wow. He was a guy that would benefit from this load management era. He would give us super highlights. He comes to mind. I'm surprised. He probably just come to mind because you were just talking, and there's no way you didn't think of him. But Kobe Bryant.
Oh, Bean. Yeah. I mean, Bean is like that. For that for me, that goes without being said. Like he's like when Bean was in that bag of just ripping the rim off the hinges. Yeah, he was violent.
I don't know if T-Mac. I don't know if T-Mac is a two guard. Obviously, Jordan had a lot of. D Wade had a lot of.
I mean, we ain't saying nothing about VC yet. I think VC is like.
I don't know if Vince was angry though.
Oh, what? Early?
He was just so. I don't know about angry. Like it was just. He's the best in-game dunker ever. I don't think like God really crafted. This is how you dunk, guys. Like that's Vince Carter all the way. But just angry, like Stromile Swift.
Yes.
Was just what?
Stro.
Get a jumper, please. We want to see more of this. Rasheed Wallace had a couple that was like that.
Amari.
That's why I think KG is fake tough because he should have had more of those.
What about Amari? Violence. There's a dunk Amari has on Anthony Tolliver, and I'm sorry, Anthony Tolliver. I just remember this dunk so vividly, and he dunks on him so bad that, just a violent dunker. And I know we're missing some guys, but just violence, like.
He got 9 more minutes for this game to start, but
Yeah, take us home, man.
I was gonna show.
Yeah, this one right on Anthony Tolliver.
He looks like a guard.
Yeah.
Amari was crazy.
Insane. The one behind him too was an angry dunker too. Jason Richardson.
Oh, Jason has a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason Richardson has a couple.
Yeah. Put you in the rim.
But yeah, but guard wise, I'm sure there's people we're forgetting about too.
Desmond Mason.
Kobe was angry though. Desmond Mason was, come on, he was crazy. Kobe was an angry dunker. Check how many in-game dunks on that guys are classic. Oh yeah, Kobe.
That's a fat fish. Shout out to Big Fish. Yeah.
That he for some reason pulled against Minnesota and us did that double pump right by Spreewell and just the way he stopped it looked like
the one we caught against the Nuggets. He threw behind his back and then did
that's my favorite Kobe. That was the moment where I said when he did that, when he did that, the around the back, Robert Horry threw it. I watched it live. Shout out to Ryan Hammertime. We watched it live in his crib. When he did that, I was like, T-Mac ain't messing with him.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Just the way it wasn't just some Desmond Mason, Vince Carter type. It's Kobe doing it. Like, oh yeah, I got this in my bag too. The way I didn't see Mike do that.
Bean has a broken thumb, I think, and it's a playoff game, and he goes up and dunks on Jaren Jackson's Jr.'s father, Jaren Jackson, when he played on the Spurs. And he's like leaning and he dunks on him and won. But the best part about that is his hand is wrapped up, like his thumb is wrapped up, and he still finishes above the rim and won. It's
P. Robert Paulson says you fumbled the ball, Flea. Supposed to get Robert Pack onto the podcast. Hold up. Yeah. Dominique is the angriest dunker of all time. Maybe so.
RP,
maybe
right.
So,
RP, right. I fumbled that. I did. I was a little struck. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, that's what we need the crowd. yo, nah, Dominique, like, because when you say angry and violent, I'm kind of scared. Just what, like, damn, I like that looks like somebody's head got cut off. Dominique looks crazy.
When he dunked on Bird 2 hands, it looked like an atomic bomb went off, and it went under Bird, and the shit went off, and Bird just fell. Like, it looked like a bomb went off when he threw it on Bird.
They got to show. They have to have a Jim Ross. When they do sports highlights, basketball highlights with Jim Ross from wrestling in the background, Dominique dunks got to be up there.
Because Jim Ross is classic. Like,
D Rose an MVP if he played in less physical league, could have played longer in his prime. That's another right.
Possibly.
And going back to
D Rose is still in that era. I think we was talking about yesterday. We had a nice back and forth about Iverson and being able to score 40 in this time. I just, D Rose is going through that era where, again, the paint is still rather clogged. He still has to be creative and have the skill and the ability to get to the lane, finish well, finish with contact. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's still that era before it gets to a more wide open lane. D Rose.
Now that you say that, D Rose is more likely to score, to me, more likely to score 40 points a game than AI. And another guy I'm gonna throw out there, who AI just said was the only player he was scared of in the NBA, Stephon Marbury.
Steph, yeah.
If Marbury was on his team by himself, he might average 40 in this era. Marbury was just like, oh, you want me to go crazy? He wasn't the most high IQ, right? But he also didn't have Larry Brown saying, you know what, let me move you to the 2 guard. You need to be more John Morant-ish, De'Aaron Fox-ish. You're not Tyrese Halliburton. You're not John Stockton. You are a big guard. First step sick. Shout out to my man Joe Rose. He said Derrick Rose first step reminds him of Stephon Marbury. And Marbury was stronger than D Rose. So he's finishing with contact in the league with no contact. What are you gonna do with Stephon Marbury in this era? He might average 40 in this era because he's getting to wherever he wants to. They're letting him get to wherever he wants.
And Steph can shoot the ball. And Steph can shoot the ball. That's the other thing.
Pass.
Yeah.
That's the thing about AI. AI can't pass like Marbury. You talk about somebody from that time period that could master the skip pass in this era. That's the guy. And I'm not a big Marbury guy, but we gotta come on. You talk about skills that fit.
Yeah, you call a spade. Yeah, you call a spade a spade. Steph, Steph in this time is one of those 30-point a game scorers, right? Like, couple guards you put in this time, those guys are definitely. And I think Allen is still one of those guys you put in this era. He'll go get 30 a night. 40 might be a stretch, but if you had to ask me, I'm gonna say, yeah, I could see Allen going to get 40. It'd be tough, but in this time, maybe.
Because Steph is the guy, the little guy who you go, oh, you can't. He's not D Rose in terms of no disrespect. The injury's not coming along there. AI was injury prone.
Right.
Marbury,
his whole body.
Marbury, he didn't shoot great either. For that time period, right?
No, but if we're talking about in terms of guards, right? He was a guard that came out of New York City that wasn't just known for his handle. Steph could shoot. He could shoot it at G Tech. He could shoot it coming in as a rookie in Minnesota. He was always a guard that wasn't a liability at shooting a basketball.
He still shot 43%.
I mean, if you go look at a lot of the other guards, I'm talking about guys that can really shoot the basketball. When you compare him to the guards of his era, he's one of the better shooters. Allen wasn't known to be a shooter. He could hit shots, but he wasn't a shooter. Baron Davis could hit shots. He wasn't a shooter. Franchise could hit shots. He wasn't a shooter, though. I think Steph was more of a shooter than any of those guys. And could do all of it. Right, go ahead. And could do everything that, those guys could do.
And he was traded for one of the greatest shooters, maybe the greatest shooter of their time, Ray Allen, during draft night, right?
Right.
But to your point, I still believe like his shooting translates more so than AI. AI was way more streaky, but Steph always felt like He had a floater. To me, he was more skilled than AI. Just they never told me, "Oh, go shoot." If he shot, what's the most attempts he had in a season? The most attempts he's ever had was 19.
Steph?
Yes.
Yeah, Allen was shooting like 30 shots a night at one point. 27? What was it? 27?
Iverson was crazy, bro. 28 shots a game.
My boy
Chuck
was putting that thing up, boy. Put that thing up, Chuck.
And again, Marbury, 20 and 8 back then. It was only him and Oscar Robertson who averaged 20 and 8 when Marbury was doing it before,
7 years in a row.
So, like, come on now. And it's not just a New York City bias. We're just like, we know the potential and we know what this era means for him. One of the toughest things in sports is to see a catastrophic knee injury in front of you and to regroup and go back out and play. It has to be. I would think in sports, especially, this ain't just I'm going to the office and I have knee surgery. Yeah. I can't stable today and type on the fucking on the keyboard.
This is talking about trying to get back to the highest level you played at and regaining confidence in your body, right? Like to gain confidence back into your body, which you feel like you have control over it, but do you really? Right? Like, do you really? So it's I don't want you to lose my attention, but Knickerbockers is about to start.
So I'll close it out. Appreciate the love. High off the glass. He's saying he's from Springfield, Massachusetts, and not he lives in St. Louis. Flea knew about that. Yeah, you guys talk about your Massachusetts.
Yes, days. Sir.
Robert Pack, yeah, playing free after an injury like Rose, Kobe, Durant. Bernard King is the toughest. Bernard King coming back from surgery is crazy. The Knicks fumbled that badly.
Nard went to Washington and became an all-star. Averaged 28 a night after tearing his knee up as a Knick.
In the 80s with that surgery.
Right.
With that knife.
Came back and averaged 20 a night.
Forget Mel, Flea in the shades. Mel was feeling it though, Fish. Mel was actually complimentary this time. Kemp. Ooh, Sean Kemp was big time. Yeah, Dominic Wilkins.
Rain Man.
Yeah. We're trying to get the guards in there who really came in there and just Jesus Christ. What's my guy? Gerald Green.
Oh my God. Let me tell you, somebody who is effortlessly putting the ball in the basket in terms of dunking. Oh my Jesus. Gerald Green. I could sit back, grab a bag of popcorn and watch him dunk all day long. Just dunk the basketball. Go ahead.
Brunson gets no all-star calls from the refs, man. Yeah, we working on that. Next game is coming on soon. We still had 30 people in the building. Yo, shout out to y'all, man. That's crazy.
Man. Shout out.
Byron Scott was an underrated angry dunker. He dunked like you slapped his mom on an Easter Sunday in church.
B. Scott, Lord Byron. Lord.
Fish on the line. Good call, Fish. You know the Boston Celtics doing a documentary, Last Dance type of ish. Really rooting against them now. That is crazy.
Why I heard that and I'm like, what have they done? Why are they doing that? But anyway.
Hold on. I'm gonna love that. I mean, Cleveland, the Cavaliers have their own show also. They have some documentary going like every day. They have a TV show. Shout out to Kobe Altman from
Kobe Altman. Yeah, content is king, man. Everybody's they're doing what they got to do. Shay Davis was just yo, Fish got the Shay Davis reference. Yes, Fish. Let's go, Fish. Yes.
Alan, you should under no circumstances ever root for Boston regardless. Agreed. All Boston teams, yuck. You fumbled the ball. Yeah, the original Pac-Man. Yeah. Vince Carter, Olympic leap dunk was wild. It was.
Crazy.
It was Vince. Vince's. Kemp did the Lister blister with double point. Oh, man.
Tom Chambers. Now that I think about it, Tom Chambers, another one who was insanely violent dunker. When he dunked the basketball, Tom was nasty.
Kobe was an angry dunker. Check how many in game on that guy. Yeah, man. Jordan put you in the rim. Yeah.
No question.
Pack was on the Blazers. Yes, we talked about that. Robert Pack was on the Blazers in 92.
That 92,
that 92 team?
Yeah. We talked that about 92 that.
What we say was it was Robert. Who was the one that surprised us on the bench that we were like, you played Danny Ainge over him? Oh, on Jersey.
Drazen.
Petrovic?
Drazen, yeah. And we was like, Danny Ainge was getting tick over Drazen. Yeah.
Big mistake.
Yeah.
Neat, the sound was different. Yeah. You ain't
Yeah.
gonna go up and try and block that and come back the same, man. Spreewell. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Spree.
Yeah, the freedom of movement wasn't there yet. Kobe on KG, around the back on Corey Alexander, Dwight Howard, Ben Wallace in the
Yeah.
preseason. Oh yeah, come on.
Oh
The
no,
Brooklyn
no,
Nets
no, no,
dunk.
no, no, no. The crossover at the top of the key in the preseason game, and then the flush on like a rookie Ben Wallace. Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah,
That was tough.
whatever stadium that was, the whole sideline was like, oh my God.
Yes.
The Brooklyn Nets dunk.
Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel, they was going crazy.
The baseline on Yao Ming.
Yes.
Really? On
Yes.
Spreewell,
Disgusting.
in Sacramento and on Van Horn. Yeah, there was a lot, man. Kobe
There's
had
a lot.
Kobe. How we forgotten Chuck? He dunked. Oh yeah, Barkley.
Charlie Barkley. Yes. Early Barkley. Yes. He's trying to rip the rim off.
Yeah, but he's like the definition of that.
Yes.
I don't know. Him and Dominique and Stromile Swift, I think.
You like those? Okay. I ain't mad at those.
Stromile Swift highlights might be the best.
Look, before we go, show the dunk on Joakim Noah from
Stromile?
Yes. Yo. Yo, this shit is disgusting. Good calls in the comments, y'all, for real. Because
oh my God,
some of these guys y'all are naming in the comments is great.
There's one over Tyrese Thomas.
There we go. Excuse me, Joakim. It was Tyrese. It was Tyrese Thomas. Yes, Tyrese was on Chicago at that time. He was.
I saw a preview. Yeah,
bro, you remember this?
No, I don't remember this. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo.
I just saw a preview. This is, dear Lord, have mercy.
Insane.
And we'll end with that because.
Yeah, we can end with this. Dude, look at this shit. Look at this shit.
Is there a replay? You guys zoom in on this, please?
Yo, Strong.
Oh, here we go.
Because he caught him with the head fake. Go ahead, Strong.
Listen, not for nothing. If you fell for a Stromile Swift head fake, you are crazy.
You have to get put in the rim. If you fell for a Strong head fake, get put in the rim.
What were you falling for?
Get put in the
about
rim.
To come up. Watch your mouth fat about KG. Stop. I forget Spree. Yeah, my bad. Scotty was a very angry dunker. See the Knicks.
All right.
Scotty got a couple.
I'm bypassing Scotty. I just because he violated Pat. He violated Pat crazy.
Spree was the angriest practicer. Oh, that's funny. C-Web, top 5 angry dunker, invented the dunk face in college. Yeah. Funny. Yeah, Weber got a couple.
That ball, the ball head when he dunk on you and that mean look. Yeah, C-Web.
If you can't hand check or even that elbow check, Iverson is unguardable. But he's still he's not as skilled as Marbury to me. Like Marbury's stronger. That's what it is. Like he's gonna finish more games, more seasons. Iverson was a scorer, definitely. AI was 32 in the hand check era. He's getting 38, 40 on GP. If it was a fifth, if you can't touch Iverson, it's downhill every trip. Yeah, but
what did I say to you yesterday?
Hold on. Iverson played in the era where they got rid of the
exact same thing to this dude yesterday.
No, Brian Shaw was just on Podcast P joint, and he said AI came in the league with their hand checking they were getting rid of it, and he's right because that's when they sat down the Knicks. Derek Harper was like, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. So he came in an era where there was even less hand checking, and then they really got rid of it by the time of the end of his era when he jumped like 2 or 3 points in points per game with AI. So we kind of saw it. Yeah, there was still trees in the forest out there in the paint and all that. Yes, I get all that, but there's no way you're telling me that it benefits AI more than Marbury in this era. Marbury's he's gonna gun it in this era, and he's gonna finish stronger than AI. More and ones. Legit and ones.
Everything downhill for Chuck if you can't touch him. I said that to you verbatim yesterday.
Okay, if you say so. If you didn't just watch somebody get, I forgot who got a wall put on them yesterday. Last night or the game before or the day before. They just put a wall in front of you. Then what? There's nothing you can do. You're not just pulling up. Do a wall in front of Marbury. Marbury got big man.
Yeah. That's
game time. His speed was special. Peace. Let's go Knicks. AI's efficiency increases today because of that fish. Yeah, you're right. He was supposed to be Ewing's help. Salute, fellas. Nixon, nice. Appreciate you. Parson, you should do some live reactions to basketball highlights. We'll try, man. They really enforced the hand checking in 2004. Then AI had his highest points per game the following season. Thank you.
in 2005.
30.
Yeah.
Thank you. And everybody did. It wasn't just AI. Kobe, everybody went up. Everybody benefited. Steve, come on. Steve Nash is the icon of who looks better without hand checking. Family perspective expected. So accepted. Fleet in the building. We are live, but not many more because that red box is about to be out of here. And Knicks Rehab. Yo, angry Knicks fan. Appreciate the super chat. Alan Kent, aka Clark Kent on these streets. Appreciate the super chats, fellas. Really love y'all.
Appreciate it for real.
Definitely. What player has the pace to stay in front of AI without touching him? Nobody ever did.
Not a soul. Not then, not now.
C's 30. Yo, older great. You're lucky you didn't just get banned for life off that.
Yeah, I was about to say you might have to kick him out. Nah, I like you.
Yo, enjoy the game, everybody.